Hello, I would like to talk about womb healing. It's a healing of yourself from the moment of conception until your birth. All the time that covers this time frame. Even I'm going a little bit earlier, before and preconception time also. And whatever happened during your development or negative influences on your system as a whole, it's like more layers. So this everything is addressed during this womb healing. Why womb healing is so important? It's important from my point of view because in those times being set up all your um, fundamental base for um, psychic or your integrity or your belief system of your base concrete structure you operate from. So you're coming as a soul in this world, in this plane, through the body of your mother. And from that moment, you're starting to absorb everything. It's like consciousness is coming and is like uploading and reading and adapting, to all consciousness and situation and everything where you came, in order to be survive, to be adapt, to do the purpose you came here. So this is the way, to come through. Um, mm, this way as a soul, on the physical, in the physical body, in the human race body, um, for this incarnation. um, so what everything can happen and why does this happen, it's like many situations can happen during the time when your mother decided to have a baby until she going for labor to bring the baby, so to deliver you, in this world. Everything is so crucial, um, and it's changing the lives of everyone involved, not only yours. And everything what is going on, all the dynamics, all the situations are actually encoding, imprinting within your system, if you believe it or not. It's in the cellular memory, it's your consciousness there. It's actually it's encoding, it's breathing there. It is set up like that. And usually when I used to do the womb healing, I used to do womb healing originally from my draws, that on the metaphysical anatomy technique course, when this was sort of like a 2 hours long session one to one, when we go through the uh, prenatal development stages in the womb of the mom, until and before the birth. That was actually what I got on the course that time. And when I was working on myself and evaluate myself and shift myself and start to gaining more awareness and going deep down within my system and working with the clients or friends, then it was like more opening to me and unraveling. And also when I was dealing with stuff I wanted to heal and hasn't been healed, so I was finding, more stuff. Also, like as we are on our path, we create by intention. So I was raising questions and I was getting through synchronicities to the right information, right people. It was everything working the way that um, it's open more and more. This topic is much more bigger than that, and I believe many people probably does it, but I can only work, what worked for me, what I discover, what I know it's there, and it doesn't have good implication and influence for your current life. And if what I find, like when this was addressed and healed, uh, I shifted, my frequency, energy, and perception, and integrity, my relationship to the world towards myself, like all the basic emotion, needs, and association changed just from this one addressing and healing this the crucial important part of your life. Yeah, the fundamental, part of your life. So this is actually what I'm addressing in the womb healing, and I stopped to do one-to-one sessions because for many reasons. I still do on the request when I usually going for the clients with the clients, for the some stages, um, I'm actually working with also from conception time, I find a way how to do it. So I'm going through the conception time with them, and we're getting through um, the baby's development, and we're looking for the fetus stress experiences there, and what was going on in the mother body, and emotional state of the mother, and dynamics around, whatever she was thinking, reading, eating, whatever she put in her body actually affected, like yourself as a fetus in that time. So all those informations like relationship, you build up, it's mostly on consciousness of the mother, yeah, because you just um, soaking, and adapting to what's going there. You can do much. You're like sort of trapped there, and still you need to survive. So you're actually doing some kind of negative association in order to cope with, yeah, as a part of your evolution or development, or starting your evolution on this journey here on the earth, yeah. And there is so many things, that can be discussed and talk about all this. And then when the fetus got a big enough that can actually get through the birth canal of mother, this other story, like if the baby is ready, if the mother is not ready, because her consciousness, baby usually knows when is the time, the mother thinks, and all that surroundings and dynamics and society, thinks different way. So all that influences what chemicals they use, if the baby doesn't want to go out and they think they should to go and the baby is not ready yet, it's just like all that stress also can have influence on the baby. Then also the birth itself, coming from the birth canal, what's going on there, everything, yeah. If there are complications, everyone who is around, the child is picking up stress of all the people around, all the consciousness is just like huge. And then the birth itself, to getting uh, through the genitals of the mother, like out in the world, like that new discovery, all the people, what's happening there. We know like the modern medicine, like is in the hospital, it's some person you never deal with, is taking you, is going away to you, and so many other stuff it's happening. You're disconnected from the provider of everything, it's just like isolation and other stress for the baby. Just a lot of things going on there. And this everything is like written, it's like imprint within your psyche, and um, like all levels of your beings in general. Like, we can't separate that, everything connects with everything. You're just like the whole unit, like a whole new universe with all the information that was going on. So I used to do a one-to-one before, but I just find out, it's just limited to the person perceiving, qualities, and whatever we're gonna discover there, the abilities to deal with the, the time frame, and it must be like same way. So Yeah, it was just very unpredictable, a very, very beautiful process. But I was always thinking like how we, and after some time you need, you can do that again and you go much more deeper and deeper and deeper. And then I was always asking myself questions like how can we do it in one go? It's just like never finished story there. If it's the my question was like if it's possible to do it, and then is we can do it permanent, safe way. If it's okay to do it in one go, safe way and permanent. And yeah, so I find a way how to do it. So now I'm doing online, uh, on distance. I would need that on distance with a visual. I don't need a client, have in communication with me. So client there is laying down on her back in the privacy and comfortable place of his own home, or whenever he has space and quiet, and I can concentrate and tune and work. Thanks and with cooperation with my higher self and the higher self of the clients and the connection, my frequency, and able to perceive and tune in and work on and address and go through everything, to put actually in the enlightenment and in line with divine template of the human being, and in line with the higher self and the soul and his purpose, their safe way, that is beneficial. There's no anymore, or that non-beneficial things are sorted, are addressed, and in many different waves transmute. Um, so when I do on the distance, I'm actually what I discover in my practice and in my work with myself in my own case, that it's very the most important from my point of view is like preconception time, when it's important the intent of the mother, why she wants to have baby, if it's a wanted baby, if it's not wanted baby, if it is if she wants a baby because she wants to save her relationship, or she wants the baby because she wants, it's like a program to have a baby. Yeah, this is like she thinks, the purpose, to make her happy, to fulfill her life, to make baby as her toy. We are very broken, to be honest. We are not very conscious about why we are having baby, that this is really sacred purpose to bring the baby in this world and to help you way. So we're doing that very, very limited way, and that's why we are sort of very, very um, how to say, not limited or broken or fragmented, or we're touched in the way it shouldn't be. Yeah, and then we need to deal with this, or through this, we need to deal with all creatures that are, like need to deal with that. And then the the world looks like now. Yeah, so I found very important mother, that the mother must be really, really in her equilibrium on the all levels: physical, mental, psychological, spiritual. Um, she must be fully aware, why it is happening, how she must to prepare her body, what's going on. She must to be very connected within her, to have a very healthy, intention for why she wants the baby, yeah, what she's actually doing. That she's only the passage, or actually the very important, like person for the baby, because it has influence for the baby for whole the life. Yeah, and for all society, and like as every existence in the changing everything in the universe. So that's that's how it works. We are connected. So the most crucial things I found is the intention. How, like when you came here, you are actually manifestation, seriously a manifestation of your mother. So whatever intention and force there was for you, I know there is a father also very important, but she's that person who's gonna decide yes or no. Yeah. So if she decides she wants, like he's sort of the father is just playing, like part of it, the most control and like decision maker is here woman or are women here. So the intent why you've been created actually has very very huge implication for your purpose. It's already encoded. You didn't even create it, but you are creation of her intent. So as a soul, you're coming in the physical body with your own reason and purpose, here. But at the same time, with the biology and how it is working, it should be co-creation, but it's not. It's not a big co-creation as we think it should be, and becoming actually uh, much more purpose. Our life purpose is becoming like mother's purpose. Yeah, we actually adopting them because we're spending uh, like 9 months plus the time before and all that conception, with all the intention there. Yeah, what is imprinting very very deeply within us. And then that's happening here, like we can't remember, we don't know what our purpose is. It's a very very strong in influence of that. So usually our lives are mostly really like manifestation and intention of our mothers. I can see that everywhere around us. I can see like the boys are always at protectors, and they do everything very unhealthy way, to make a happy, mother. Or I can see the program exactly, like what was the intention of the mother for that boy or the kid. I just see it. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. It's yeah, it's very unhealthy way if you have a mother that wanted you as a weapon for her husband who wanted to leave her, like to keep her, to keep them together, because she feels so weak. She thinks, she can survive. His only way, like she doesn't love him because she doesn't know what the love is, but she must keep him because she feels strong and valuable with the man. So she will do everything and okay, let's make a baby, and because he wants a boy, so it must be a boy. Yeah, and then can you imagine, like, you're born as a girl, you expecting as a weapon for a relationship, you are not very welcomed, but yeah, you are just you as a fetus, you need to have, or like feeling creatures, the new one, you need to have sentient being here, like totally mix everything. And then yeah, or as the dynamics going no well between that couple, so it's like all the stress of the mother is gonna be girl, boy, what's going on, like that fight in between them. Still, like he needs to stay with her because she's pregnant, all that moral things, and a lot of things is going on, and this everything is imprinting in the baby. I'm just giving you as an example, that everything can happen. So that's a lot of to deal with. Yeah, so when someone going through the healing of that, then it's a big relief. And but also I found, like, not only we gonna it's gonna be cleared intention of your mother and whatever was there as a pulse, your life purpose. Yeah, you are much more able to connect within yourself and your life purpose when all that false one, but it's not you, it's gonna be released from your system for good. When you are disconnected from the consciousness of your mind, many times, are the uh, adults, still connected to the mother by consciousness, and it's not correct. I was just checking that many times in my higher self. It really like is so good, it shouldn't be connected. And I find that when I was disconnected, it was just like, yeah, suddenly it's gone the big huge of something. I always like was thinking, where is this going? It's not me. I knew it's not me, and definitely it's the consciousness. So that bond that I was asking and checking them many times, you didn't you didn't willing to make a contract and bond with that, it was um, it was done there because you've been trapped there, right? So it was like, you are my property, you are, I'm feeding you there, you're growing in me, the woman could have this kind of broken belief that, you know you need to be thankful all life for that, because she brought you here. She was wearing you all not my 9 months, and it was hard and everything, all that, like emotional blackmailing, or the feelings the women as a mom has, like the kids must be thankful for that, when it's totally, opposite, like it must be done in divine way, like that holder, like I'm honored to bring the baby. I need to, yeah, accept that as a personality. I can do the best from me, and I do everything for that. It has all the comfort and everything, and just acknowledge that from that moment, but it doesn't happening. I don't think that it can exist, or before it was not such conscious, women in the modern society. So yeah, and now I'm able to do it on distance, and I can concentrate really, and avoid all that surviving mechanism of the ego and all the systems there of the clients, and inability to connect and do all the things. So when I do on distance, I'm able really to cover everything, to go deep as I need to when I'm on navigate it. It's always very, very specific work, um, and beautiful at the same time. Yeah. Such a session on distance lasts 3 hours too, and so we're gonna cover that preconception time or conception time. So the dynamics is going, like how feel father, how feels mother during the time, what's happened. It was nice, if it hasn't been either stress or abuse or whatever. Yeah. So we look at that, and also we need to think about that the egg, from your mother been egg before in her mother, so she's actually part of information of her mother, and egg within her, you know that was matched with a and made with a sperm of your father. Actually, they are mix of the energy of uh, mother, your mother, yeah, all information of your mom, it's written there, because every cell in her body knows everything about whole system, and all the information as a holding is imprinting within you, is just part of you, and then matched with information from the sperm of your father, plus all the emotional psychological process have you matched together, in the conception process, how the mother felt, and from that moment, like, you're starting to um, encoding, imprinting, reading, absorbing, adapting to what's it's happening, and at the same time you are growing, you developing yourself, so you need to have all that emotional all needs, to uh, provide it what is actually womb of the mom. So if there is missing something, you struggle, and it has influence on you. When we're going through the development stages, we can see, like in which a condition is amniotic fluid, how placenta is, like is a good nurturement, how is the umbilical cord, how it look like, you can sense that a lot of chemicals or whatever was going on, what medication were being there taken, what the food, what pollutant, sound implants, um, frequency implants, psychological, everything, has influence on such a high sentient beings in the very, very high development of itself. So it's like hyper important period of your development happening there, and this everything um, will be during the session going have a look, and everything what it's not in divine um, your divine purpose of the soul, divine setup of your divine template as a human being, how the organ, all the systems and organs, supposed to be function and operate. We're removing all the negative associations created there during that development time, all the stress and trauma you experiences or adopted traumas, from the other people. You actually react on everything what you can hear from around you, or what your mother is reading and thinking, when your mother is watching the movie, like if she's what she's watching, like if she's scared, if she can feel fear from the horrors. Yeah, I don't know, there is something emotional, like everything, is actually in written with you. So everything what has not right and not beneficial impact on your development for your healthy integrity, on your healthy uh, mm, mm, uh, self-image, self-actualization of yourself, self-love, self-acceptance. So it's actually addressed and transmuted and released. What is missing then is replaced, downloaded, um, navigated, to the correct way. So I'm covering also the time on your birth and slightly after, relating to the stress and trauma you may experience. After this session, you're gonna definitely feel different way, and integration time, physical one, is usually 2 weeks time, and the full integration takes up to 3 months time, when you will getting through different kind of situation, new situations, new feelings, where you'll be getting in your awareness subtle nuances with a new um, uh, new situation, actually, that make you aware what everything was changed there and what was changed for you. Yeah, so you feel different, you start to feel, experience different things like you never before, and that's make you think, oh, that's interesting how this happened. So it will be actually subtle on the daily basis, implemented and encoding the new things, within your system, that through the situations you're gonna make it like, okay, accept that. Yeah, it's like when all that change in you need to get through the process of acceptance, for the full and permanent change for your system as a whole. And this is all what I wanted to say about the womb healing. I do recommend to for everyone, even for the children, and also I recommend to make and write some notes about the changes after that. It's like beautiful process within you, because when you we can feel better, you very quickly, forgetting about them, really seriously, believe me. So when you're gonna make marks about your awarenesses, it makes you the process more intimate, and then more deeper, more connected to yourself and your soul, and with subconscious, that is becoming your conscious now. You became aware about many things, and you will change your relationship to you and to the world, and you will see that the world, relationship to the world towards yourself is going to be changed completely. Also the purpose is going to be much more uh, clearer to you. You will start, like intuitively, like you're so guided, and like move with the flow. You will know suddenly what to do. And you will start with the things you never did before. It's just like a really beautiful process. So I wish you like these talks to you, and you wanna feel your purpose and life as you're supposed to. Thank you for listening. I wish you all the best.